Good morning. It's cold. It's barely above freezing. It was in the 20s. This video, I'm walking the dog in my neighborhood, but that's for a purpose. This video is for those people, those of us who have Sasquatch, that visit their homes or stay around their homes and do stuff. And it's kind of let you know that we understand the craziness it can be, and a lot of people don't understand. Here comes a car, so I'll have to stop talking while it passes. So just to let you know that, I understand, and there's many of us that understand. I get many emails. Am I crazy? I feel like I'm going crazy. This, and this keep happening. And I live in a neighborhood, or on my farm, this, and this keeps happening. Here comes another car. So, first of all, in my neighborhood, this area right here, right in there, this is the staging area. The Sasquatch will come and get right in that, right there, and they'll wait. Sasquatch will come and they'll get right in there and they'll wait till it's late enough in the evening, and then they'll filter throughout the neighborhood. My dog's alerted on this area many times. I've felt the feeling, had the hair stand on the back of my neck, and known they were there many times. Oh, by the way, those of you who know have watched my videos, that is the house, and that's the tree the Sasquatch would climb to look into that window and scare the girl that lived there so many times, and they called the police multiple times. Also, I've walked up to where I'm near what I call the staging area. Here's one of our schools. The Sasquatch will also sneak into this little patch of woods. It's just a little growed up area they never cut, and then they'll maneuver into behind here so they can hit the neighborhood. A lot of people watch this and call BS and say I'm a lunatic. But there's a lot of people who are going to watch this and understand what I'm saying. They can say, yeah, I can relate. They come around my neighborhood, or they do this, or they do that. And it makes no sense. And really, I'm just going to be honest with you. It doesn't make sense to us. And that's all right. I understand that. It doesn't have to make sense, so to speak. Right here's the staging area. They come up through here, and then of course you go out that way and you get into woods and farm fields, and the river that comes out of the Smoky Mountains is just less than half a mile away. But they come up here and then they hide in that crap right there and they wait. And then they usually they'll wait and then come out. When they do hit the neighborhood, it's usually midnight. I've found it's 3 hours after dark, regardless of the time of year. Once they get into the neighborhood, it's always 3 hours after dark. So during the summertime, of course, it's later. During the winter, it's earlier. But 3 hours after dark, they'll come hang around in here and do what they do, wait, and then come into the neighborhood. Kind of give you an idea. There's some grapevines there, and they come right here into this area here and just wait. And right over here, this little area between the fence and the ball field there, and they'll sit right in here. That's where they wait. Like I said, that girl's house is right there, and they climb, the little ones climb that tree right there, and we're looking at her. So that's kind of how they infiltrate the neighborhood and where they wait right there. Go around there. Of course, my dog alerts to the area, of course. Come on. The Sasquatch are more than big enough to step over that fence without even touching it. Come on. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Come on. Oh. At night, of course, walking through here is no big deal. Look at her. Come on. So I'm gonna go back to the house and show you another thing that they do, and so you can kind of get an idea. But that's, like I said, there's this little patch of woods they come into, and then right out through there, farm fields, etc. Just one more view on this side where I was at. That's where they stage, in that area right there. Mostly film at night. It's been a few weeks now, probably a few weeks, probably 6 to 8 weeks since I've felt them here, so they've not been in the neighborhood in a while that I know of. All this has happened this year. This is not last year or 6 years ago. I don't actively research anymore, haven't for a while. Those of you who follow my channel know that, but that still doesn't stop them from coming into the neighborhood and, doing their thing. And I'm not 100% convinced it's because I'm here. I think they probably had this routine for many, many years, and once I got involved in the research and they knew who I was and where I lived, they'd stop by. But I don't think that this activity was for my benefit 100%. I think it has been going on for many, many years. They'll come in the neighborhood and scavenge and look around for stuff, food and other things. Anyway, there's the staging area for my neighborhood. I'm sure there's staging areas for other neighborhoods. This is just for mine. See, look down my street here. And what they do is they'll come in and they get to my house. They go through these backyards. My house is the one down there with all the vehicles in the driveway. Like I said, they don't come on my property anymore, which is good. They have to stay off my property, but they'll do stuff at the edge of the property. And I'll tell you about that here in just a second. So another thing that they've been doing here lately, well, they've done it for a few years. First time I noticed it, they used a starling, and a couple months apart, they killed a starling. We call them, they're blackbirds, but they're called starlings, and they were basically something grabbed them, squeezed them, popped their guts out. And right here's my driveway, and of course they won't come on my property, but right here on the sidewalk area, And I've measured it with a tape. It's exactly 21 feet from here to the other side. 21 feet. And they put those two starlings at exactly 11.5 feet, dead center, on this line right here. And then here in the past couple months, I've noticed gravel, just one piece of gravel. And I laid them up here on the back of my, hang on. Gravel. And I laid them up here on the back of my mailbox post. These two pieces of gravel here, different sizes, is gravel. But both times I found them exactly center line, 11.5 feet, right here, center of the driveway. So crazy, you know, or you'd say crazy. That's kind of how the things go, and that's what I hear from other people. They're like, you know, I don't understand this stuff. It's vague. Only I'd understand it, but this is what's happening. So, no, you're not crazy, and you're not paranoid, and yeah, something's going on. And like I said, you can see this is a normal neighborhood. This is a small town. Of course, now I'm just a few miles outside the Smokies, and yes, there is definitely, there's a river that comes out of the Smokies that comes within probably about a mile from my house here, and then yeah, there's broken wood lots and fields that they can traverse to get here. That's not the issue. The fact is they're here. The fact is they're here, and they're, and that's what they do. And they're very intelligent, and I'm sure they're just leaving me little things to let me know that they're still around. I don't know where or why or how, and I don't really, know how to explain it or why to explain it. That's just the way they are. They're like individual personalities, and they have their own ways, and that's one of them. So, they don't come, like I said, they don't come on my property anymore. I either fill them, up the road there a little bit at that staging area, or I fill them down, or not fill them, but they're down here leaving little gifts and stuff. And they haven't, like I said, they haven't come on the property now in a few years since I prayed and kept them off of it. But I just wanted to encourage people this year, that you're not crazy, and that I understand. Many of us understand, what you go through. Some of the things that people experience are a lot more overt than this, but they seem to want to do something that only you'll know. And so if you tell anybody else, they'll think you're crazy. It's kind of like, they know, and they want to make sure that when they do something, that only you recognize it as being from them. It's unique to you. And they're smart that way. That's how they do it. Hang on. If I wasn't trying to do a video, our road would be deserted. There'd be no freaking cars at all. But, that's just the way it is. But just wanted to do this little quick video of the things that's happened here this year as far as my home. There's other stuff that's happened in the woods, and I've already done a video on that hunting trip where snapped trees and that sort of thing. And it's just the thing you learn to live with. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. You just learn to live with it. It's just like anything else. You have, things in your life, the stuff that happens, the weather, those sort of things, and jobs and outside influences, neighbors and stuff like that. And if you're like me, you can throw the Sasquatch in there as one of the things that in your life you just have to deal with. It's just a part of it. I don't let it run my life, and I don't live my life, with that being the center of what I'm doing. I do my thing. I live my life, go to the store, my family, job, recreation, enjoy myself, and that just, that's one of the things now that's just in the mix. I'm aware of them, and they're aware of me, and they'll do these things, and I'll, just because I'm clued in, I'll notice them. Doesn't mean, I'm special or anything else. It just means that they like to come around, and Steve always talked about airplanes and stuff, and I have his gift. I have his gift for sure. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off. I got to run to the store. But again, like I said, just wanted everybody that are having these issues. There's a lot of people email me about this. Hey, this is happening, man. Am I crazy? Hey, this is happening, man. Am I crazy? And I know this isn't right. This is weird. This started happening. Am I crazy? And like I said, I want to assure you, you're not crazy. And yes, it does happen. And it happens to me, and it happens to thousands of other people. We're not alone here. So with that, you guys, you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And everybody take care and be safe out there.